Zero.
Welcome on in, everybody, and welcome on into We Stomped You Out. The usuals are here. I'm Steve. I got Timmy T right on over there.
What up?
What's going on, sir? I got, as you can see, Davey Downer right on down there, right below here. Let's talk about something, real quick. Unfortunate that we got to talk about it at the onset of the show, but obviously, Bill's safety. Damar Hamlin still in the hospital in Cincinnati after that ridiculous tragedy on Monday. Going over the middle, the hit T. Higgins. He stands up, collapses. Weirdest thing that I've ever seen. Watching a football game, and scary enough. Us fans were like, "Oh, it's just another injury. They're going to cart him off, and they're going to continue the game." But then, when they started coming back and guys were crying, Stephon Diggs, tears in his eye, streaming down his face, then you're like, holy shit, what the hell's going on here? And then now we know that he had his heart stopped twice. He had to be revived twice. Thank goodness for, and people are saying all these things about the medical staff, but thank goodness for the medical staff. They said, it took them so long to get him out of there. Sorry, they revived him 2 times before doing that. So obviously today we got some better news. He's down to a 50% oxygen level as opposed to 100% being given to him. So he was not breathing on his own when he first got there. Now it's half him, half the machine. They're doing things like turning him onto his stomach to make his lungs a little bit more comfortable and be able to expand. But hopefully, as we continue to go here day after day, we get better and better news. And the poor guy is 24 years old, and seemed to be very down to earth. That whole thing with the toy drive, you guys saw that? I mean, what was that now? Like $6.5 million or something like that?
Yeah, last I saw it was 6,
and he was asking for $2,500.
Yep.
So good to see that something is uniting. Unfortunately, it's this, but hopefully in the next couple of days we get to see him. And I said this to my wife earlier. I can't wait to see that he wakes up and he sees all of this love that he's getting. From his brothers out on the football field. Poor family, his mom there live, had a rundown on the field, and then just everybody all around. Thoughts, prayers, whatever it is that you do for that kind of thing. And hopefully in the next couple of days we get some good news. But I'll turn it to you. Do you guys want to say a couple words, and then fingers crossed on next couple of days being good to turn around. So hand it off to either one of you guys.
Dave, go ahead.
I land for an awkward moment.
I was like, wait, which is gonna go? Boss, you pretty much hit it on the nail there. Like, it's just something that, I mean, even the commentators were saying they've never seen, and just they're waiting and waiting. It was just scary. One thing that I saw Ryan Clark say was, like, at 24, I didn't even think I could die. Like, man, like, it's just crazy. Like, just 24-year-olds, you don't think something like that's gonna ever happen to you, and have to be revived twice, that just makes it even more incredible that he's still alive and still fighting. And really hope he does pull through this, and everything will be better on the other side.
Yeah, we were watching. It was scary. I mean, as soon as he, you couldn't see the replay at first. So I just thought he was, the guy was down. But when he stood up and then the way he fell, I turned and I was like, that's not good. That is definitely not good. This is one of those. Maybe we'll talk more tomorrow night on Sportsmanlike, but I'll just say real quick, with all the positivity, of course, comes the goddamn negativity. Whose fault was it? Is T. Higgins fucking Bart Scott and T. Higgins should be fined.
Idiot.
Fined for what?
Absolute
this was
idiot.
a 1 in a million, maybe even more than a million chance that this could happen. And of all people to call it, fucking Jerry the King Lawler, professional wrestler, called it. He said you get hit in the chest. something like in between beats. It's like a 1 in a billion chance, and he just happened to get hit at the right spot, the wrong spot at the wrong time. Fucking made his heart stop. And they said it's 5 seconds between your heart stopping and you going down. And if you count it from the time he got up to the time he went down, it was about 5 seconds. So I mean, they were nailing it. They were nailing what was wrong with him. Stop blaming somebody. It's not T. Higgins' fault. It's not, it's not even his fault. He didn't tackle the guy the wrong. It's nobody's fault. This is a 1 in a million chance, a freak accident. We've never seen it before, and hopefully we never see shit like this again. Because it was absolutely horrifying to have to watch that live, and the negativity is he says as great it is to see the positivity and the league coming together. I mean, even the Buffalo Sabres wore, his number for their game.
Yeah.
It's great to see something like that, but then you get your Skip Baylesses, you get your Bart Scotts, you get who do we blame for that? The NFL is wrong. No, don't worry about that shit right now. Concentrate on this poor guy, 24-year-old, fighting for his life in the hospital.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, it's not a time to. What do we? But like, I woke up the next day thinking, there's only one side. There's no debating on any of this. And then Bart Scott brought that up, and Stephen A. was right to quote. Stephen A. was like, I'm sorry, what did he do that was wrong? Nothing, zero, and
nothing.
You already know that he's feeling shitty because it's just like if you get into an accident and the other person is injured, you feel shitty, but now guys like Bart Scott piling on, it's stupid. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you're taught. You're one of the first things you're taught is you cradle the ball, you put your head down, you get ready, you get braced to hit. That's all he did. It's a freak accident. It's never happened before, and like I said, I pray it never happens again. It's just one of those. I said wrong spot, wrong time. I don't know if this is true. Again, don't quote me on this, but I heard that African Americans are more susceptible to something like this happening to them with the shot. Again, I heard that one time. I never heard it again. Don't quote me. I'm just saying. So that could be a possibility, but he had no previous heart problems. It was just the perfect shot at the worst time. And that's all it was. So Bart Scott and Skip Bayless and whoever the fuck else, shut up. Relax, let's just hope this guy makes it through. 24 years old. Forget about football. You want him to live.
Yeah.
You don't care about the game. When they're going to finish the game. They're not going to finish the game. That's it.
If there's not a need for it, and by the way, and we will get into this a little bit more on Sportsman tomorrow. But just them being able to, if let's say things are still up in the air with this kid, the Bills trying to play a game on Sunday against the Patriots. I mean that's going to be a situation too, But
I feel sorry for the Patriots. I do, because they're going to get their asses whooped. They are. They're just going to have to get their asses whooped.
Yeah.
But as far as this game goes, the game's done. The game is done. I don't know if you want to give them a tie, you want to give them both wins, you want to give them both losses. I don't know what's fair. But that game is done. There's no making it up. There's no picking it up where it left off. The fucking game is wiped from the history books. Let it go. I bet Buffalo would say, you know what, KC? You take the number 1 seed. We'll meet you in the fucking Kansas City in the playoffs, and we'll whoop your ass then. That's all. That's all you got to do.
Yeah. So that's gonna be the interesting thing. Now we'll see what the NFL decides to do. You never know with Goodell and we also heard on the telecast. The players were told 5 minutes to warm up, right? And now the NFL and the NFL Players Association said that never happened. So where did it come from?
Someone said it.
I could absolutely imagine that, and I could say Goodell was like, all right, let's get this going.
Now, if he was laying there and didn't know about that he was getting CPR, I can understand it. But I'm actually going to stick up for Goodell this time and say there's no way he said, "Oh, go warm up." This fucking guy got brought back to life twice and got put in the fucking.
Right.
There's no way he knew the whole story and said, "Okay, warm up, guys." Because even you saw the coaches. Coaches like, "We're not playing this fucking." Yeah. When they took him off the field, they're like, "We're not playing this game." Even the Bengals went into the Buffalo's locker room and said, "We're not doing this. We're done. Don't worry about it. We're done." So it's ridiculous.
I think that might be a big. Maybe if it did happen, that someone did say maybe it wasn't Goodell or something about that. The 5 minutes was that. They didn't know the situation that was going on. The only people that really know everything are the people on the field and in the stands that were at that game watching it.
They crowded him. when they were doing the CPR, a lot of the players, to like your point, it was difficult to see what was going on. But sorry about that. Go ahead.
No. So yes, if that did come out from Goodell, whoever it was, they probably didn't know the grave circumstance that was happening on that field. They just heard, "Oh, this is happening." You saw here, like, okay, like what's going on? All right, they got him off. Okay, good. 5 minutes or whatever. If they did say that, but
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we didn't know he was getting CPR, even though the players were crying, that still could have been a broken neck. He can't move his lower body. You're not going to cry for that. Yeah, you're going to cry for that if I'm his teammate. So if they said that, which again I don't think they did. I'm going to be on the NFL side this time because that would be like, forget about PR. That's just like a major PR bash. Even I was even just told too. Sean McDermott, the Buffalo Bills head coach, said, "I'm going to the hospital. I don't care what you guys fucking do here. But we're going to the hospital. Like, I'm leaving. I don't. So there was no chance that this game was going to get played last night. Zero on Monday night. Zero chance.
And Diggs took an Uber. I mean, they were all hell bent on
Joe
being with their
Burrows,
teammate.
let's go. Let's go to the hospital. They were all ready to go. The Bengals too, man.
Good. That, I mean, and I can't say enough about the Cincinnati fans. I thought that once they said that, there was going to be boos and stuff because they just didn't know. But maybe in the world, social media helps in this scenario alert the crowd as to what's happening, because they were like, what the hell's going on?
yeah.
So in this situation, social media helped out. Burrow, head coach, all class acts. They were in the locker room with their jerseys on. They didn't even take the jerseys off, shower, nothing. They were in there saying, "All right, let's." I like the little whoever was filming in the back area. That's that back lot sneak preview. People hashing things out, shaking hands, and then you saw them taking the equipment out. But
the crowd probably never saw a replay either.
Yeah.
We saw the replay
show it once or twice.
Like for the first 10 minutes, we saw it like 10 times. Then they stopped showing it. But they probably never saw a replay. Like I said, oh man, guy's down. That sucks. Then when you saw the replay, like, that's not good. The fact that he stood up and collapsed the way he did, I said, there's no way that's good. That's serious if he went down that way.
Yeah, I didn't even notice it either. It's funny enough. Well, I mean, not funny, but I was watching the game because I had fantasy implications. And I see the play happen, and then I'm like, okay, let me go switch to Monday Night Raw. And then that's when you guys messaged in the chat, and I was like, wait, what happened? And I go back, and you just see all the commotion. I'm like, what's going on? Like, no idea.
Yeah, like I said, Jerry Lawler called it, man. He called it right away. He was the first person. He goes, I bet he had his heart stopped due to, and Tina here in the chat's got the name up for it.
Yeah, Tina.
And that's what Jerry Lawler said. It's a shot to the chest. A perfect shot will actually cause your heart to stop, because it happened to him on Raw, except he didn't collapse right away. He had a match. He sat down in the announcer's table, had a heart attack right there on the side of the ring. And they had to drag his ass out. And thank God he's still alive. That was, 10 years ago at least? At least.
Yeah.
Maybe more? And he's still going. So, like I said, prayers up for Hamlin, man. He makes it through this. 24 years old. That's no joke.
It's that moment right before the heart beats again.
Yeah. Again, it was like, what are the goddamn odds? Like, what are the odds of that? Perfect shot.
How many times have people get slammed in the chest?
Yeah.
Like, how many hits? And it hasn't happened once.
That's why it's not T. Higgins' fault, you stupid former Jet linebacker. It's so ridiculous to blame somebody for that.
And then today, Shannon Sharp, I don't know if you guys saw it, but Shannon Sharp was saying why, there's a lot of speculation why I wasn't here yesterday. Truth of the matter is, I don't really have to really say why, but that was my brother, one of my brothers out there, football community. Skip had a tweet, and then Skip interrupts him and says, and Shannon's like, damn, man, I can't even get through my opening monologue. You had all day yesterday by yourself to talk about this, and he was basically like, all right, just go, just start the show.
He's a piece of shit. Bayless is a piece of shit. Because remember, he said what he said, apologized for it, and then today said, oh no, I'm sticking by my tweet. I'm sticking by it. So what are you?
And then, and Shannon Sharp said, well, obviously your bosses had something to say, and they were like, no, they didn't. I was, well, they asked you to clarify. So that was a little bit of inside backstage thing there. Also,
Garbage. He's garbage.
all right, let's get into some New York Football Giants here.
Some good news.
For the first, we've been doing this show for 4 seasons. For the first time, we can say that the Giants are going to the playoffs, baby. Playoffs. Can't say enough about that game on Sunday. No matter who the opponent was, clinch is a clinch. You got to play your schedule. Timmy, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I think this will be a little one-sided here, but
this is very one-sided because there was no ugly. There was no ugly involved in this game whatsoever. The good, I'm gonna say the good was, I mean, oh god, yes, Dave, it was Daniel Jones, 4 touchdowns, 2 throw, 2 rush. The guy's been playing fantastic the last couple of weeks. Saquon kind of took a step back. He stepped up. When he wasn't playing as good, Saquon stepped up. That's the way it's got to be done. We have a budding wide receiver in Isaiah. He's coming alive all of a sudden. Former Buffalo Bill cut by them, getting ready to re-sign with them. And the Giants called and said, no, don't go to their practice squad. Start for us. And he said, okay, I'll do that. He's a budding star right now. Richie James scares the living shit out of me every time he touches the ball. But all right,
we want him cut.
Yeah, but he's been holding on to the ball lately, so okay, we'll let that go. And then of course that defense, man, Thibodeaux has been on fire since he came back. Dexter Lawrence is running over people to get to the quarterback. Landon Collins, welcome back, my friend. That was a phenomenal interception. There was no ugly. It was all good. This was the game we've been waiting for 4 years, where we can go into the fourth quarter and be like, no sweat. There's no sweat in this game out. Finally had one game where we didn't have to sweat it out. And it was like that from the beginning.
Whatever the score was with like 10 minutes left, I was still scared to text you guys. This is the game we
Yeah. No. We don't jinx it. You don't jinx it right away. But afterwards, you're like, holy shit, I can take a breath. With 5 minutes left, I can take a breath in this game because the Colts just like they got their asses whooped anyway. So this was the game we've been waiting for like 4 years, and it was worth it. Like I said, clinched the playoff spot. They played great. I hope we have a budding superstar in Isaiah and then Richard James. I don't know, but we'll see. Bellinger, the old one-eyed Willie, played great. Yeah, man. The line still has to do a couple little things here and there, especially on the inside. But other than that, man, what a great game.
Yeah, the line played tremendous. You could say whatever you want about the Colts, but their defensive line is top 10.
Their line was ridiculous. Yeah.
So I was like, that's why I was like, oh, I don't know how this game's gonna go if they force the line back and we can't run and Jones has to step up and make a bunch of different decisions. But clean pocket, it's amazing what you get when you have a nice clean pocket. But I'm sure that Davey Downer has something.
I mean, I've said this since Sunday. It's the Colts. Yes, I'm so happy that we clinched the playoff spot. We should have clinched one. Well, I was gonna say a couple years ago, but thanks to the filthy Eagles, we didn't. Yeah, but this is great. Like I said, it's been a minute since the Timberlands on a boat incidents happened. But I am happy.
I'm on a boat.
Again, I'm not going to give Daniel Jones all the credit because, again, it was the Colts, and our defense played amazing.
But what about the last 5 games, Dave? The guy has played outstanding.
He's made a couple mistakes.
The critics have turned. All the critics have turned.
Every critic has turned.
And this is what's going to happen. He's going to have an okay playoffs. We're going to re-sign him, and he's going to be Kevin Cobb. He's going to be Nick Foles, and it's like, okay, great. Now we're stuck with this guy for another 5 years.
No, but I think he's going to get franchised. I think maybe for a year.
I would hope so. Give him the Kirk Cousins deal. Give him that.
But if you
give me Kirk
him
Cousins
a quarterback after the season he just had, that's going to cost us like $40 million.
Yeah.
You can't do it. You can't franchise a quarterback.
But did you hear the
I heard
snippet I sent you yesterday with who?
Derek Carr's available.
No.
Yeah, and guess what? He's going to be available until the XFL opens up.
He's going to want him. But I always thought, throughout the whole season, it was, if Daniel Jones has a good season, he'll get extended. If not, that's it. We're done. It just ran its course. But that little snippet from Bill Simmons yesterday that I sent you guys, towards the end, he says, now that the Giants have now played themselves in a potential situation where they could go after Jones and lose him to another team, because he's shown the ability to be. Don't be mad about it.
But imagine,
The
if he had two
you got
inside
65,000
guards.
people chanting MVP.
Yeah,
You
but
got one
imagine. Oh,
Debbie
all
Downer.
right, see, I won't go that far.
No, of course not.
But imagine if he had a world class wide receiver and two guards, two really established guards. Who knows what the hell we'd be talking about right now?
Who's done more with less, Dave?
That's exactly the point. Who's done more with less?
I don't know.
Nobody.
Tua's record looks really good.
Who?
Tua?
Who?
Tua.
Yeah,
Tua?
his
Team's
record looks
about to
pretty
miss the
good.
playoffs.
That's
are
not
they?
his fault. He's hurt.
Oh, wait a second. Oh, okay. Okay. So, okay. Like, I don't know how to attack this. When you have the fastest wide receiver in all of football, and then like the third fastest wide receiver in all of football, you could kind of heave it up and do certain things. You could also dump off for 4 yards, and the guy goes for 75.
I mean, you could do that with Richie James too. You just don't know if he's going to hold on to the ball.
7 for 7 on Sunday. I was like, whoa, holy shit.
Well, that's back-to-back games
Velcro.
now that he's had fantastic games.
Yeah,
Bunker. That's not happening, Bunker. They're gonna go out there and destroy the Patriots just to be angry. They're gonna be angry this week.
I mean, they can technically
So
do that,
he's so
right?
upset about
'Cause
the
they
Patriots missing
clinched
the
the number
playoffs.
one the division, right?
Who?
They
The
clinched the
Bills.
division, but not the number one seed.
Not
Yeah,
number
but-
one though. That's what they're
Not
all
to get
playing
the
for
bye.
right now.
Who's
Yeah.
Kansas City playing though? Like the Raiders?
Oh my God, I didn't send out the matchups yet this week. Jesus Christ, later and later. But there's no Thursday night game this week, so we're okay. Here, I got the schedule.
You're
right
still
here.
on that playoff clinching high.
What the hell? Yeah, just chilling. Yeah, they play the Raiders.
Yeah,
Who
like, come
the
on.
what the Raiders have beaten them like three
That was the
times in the last-
Derek Carr Raiders.
Exactly. Did you see what Stidham did? What's his name? We used to call him Stetson. Stidham. Yeah? Did you see what he did? He almost beat the 49ers. They almost
49ers
beat the
aren't playing for anything anymore right now. Come on.
What do you mean?
Not
They were playing
anything.
to lock in the 2 seed. They were in the 3 seed. Get them the hell out of the 3 seed.
Well,
We
for
don't want
us,
to see
yeah,
the 49ers.
obviously. I don't want to see them in the first
No,
round.
but if they would have lost that game last week, they would have been the 3 seed still.
Yeah, but they don't care who they play. They're gonna womp
We
whoever it
care.
is.
Get them the hell out of here.
We care. I'm saying, but they
Bring
don't
on
care.
the Vikings, baby.
I want a rematch. I want a rematch. I want a rematch.
We can beat it. I feel we can beat him. We can beat him, baby. So what's his name? Evan Roberts. This is his playoff scenario, and I love it. So he's like, I know the Packers are gonna get hot. Packers can be the one to upset the 49ers, even though they've never done it before. But they were like, oh, this year, he was like, Rodgers gets over the hump, beats the 49ers.
Wait, 1 second. Are you starting to think that Aaron Rodgers can't beat his favorite childhood team on purpose? Like, he doesn't want to beat them because they were his favorite team as a kid?
It's like every year.
Every year.
And it's not just like he gets blown the hell out of the water. Like, he doesn't put up anything.
I don't think
Nothing.
he can do it. I think that can't
Not
beat
even
my
with
favorite
Devontae
team.
Adams.
I can't beat my favorite team.
That doesn't mean I can't like the scenario. So he has, and then he has Rodgers going into Philadelphia beating them. They had us beating the Vikings, and then we get the winner of
Cowboys, Bucks.
the Bucks and Cowboys, and he was like, "Oh, the choking Cowboy, and bring on Tom Brady, bring him on again." And then, you know what that means? That means that we host the NFC Championship game. That's why I love it so much.
That's insane.
Because then it would be the Packers and the Giants, the 6th and the 7th seed.
That's insane. That is really insane.
Send them back to London.
How amazing would it be? All right, so you clinched. There's nothing to play for this week unless you wanted to interfere with what's going on with the Eagles. I'll start with you, Dave, because you were the most pissed off at the Eagles. Oh, I think we all were, but you brought it up today. Do you play Jones and Barkley and Dexter Lawrence and these guys to try and knock the Eagles out of the 1 seed, or do you just say let's screw it? They could play a quarter or a half and then be done with it, and then move it along.
I would say no. I wouldn't risk hurting Saquon. Maybe like you said, play him like a quarter and a half. Nothing too major.
Yeah.
As much as I'm not his biggest fan. I'd rather have Daniel Jones out there than whatever Joe Schmo we're gonna has is our number two. I don't even know who it is this year.
Um, it's
Oh no, it's Tyrod, right?
yeah.
Tyrod Taylor.
Taylor.
What a glowing endorsement, Dave.
I mean,
Actually, wait. Now that you mentioned that, maybe I do
Oh
want
my
Tyrod out there for a playoff game.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe this is working to Daniel Jones' favor because Tyrod is like that stepping stone where whenever he's in and he gets hurt, the next person that come back to, and he
said
there
that-
for a game this year, and then he got hurt. So you know what? Maybe this is Daniel Jones's his good his
Justin
good
Herbert,
grace
baby.
thank you. If that's the case, every team's gonna want to sign Tyrod Taylor next year.
Yeah.
Every team,
One-year deal.
every team with a young quarterback, 1 year deal, baby. You gotta get my quarterback ready.
And pay him because it's worth it. 1 year, $45 million.
It's worth it.
So I wouldn't do it. Let them go ahead and get that number one seed. Give them the bye. Give them more rest because I feel like they're gonna be one of those teams that they're like you said, like the Packers could probably beat them. I wouldn't be surprised with that. I would rather see them versus because I feel like if the Cowboys get that number one seed, I'm more afraid of them getting more rest than the Eagles, and I feel like the Eagles would beat the Patriots. Where I feel like the Cowboys can't beat the Patriots. I mean, not Patriots. Listen, the Bucks.
Maybe we all are. We're high on life, Bunker. Not like the Patriots trying to eke their way into the playoffs.
Oh, it's the first time we can say that in years.
Yeah, baby. We're in the playoffs. And
We're arrogant. We're arrogant now.
This is like they could say cocky Heat fan down here, Dave. It's a cocky Giant fan. Finally.
You don't get to see it too often.
Jeez.
Doesn't
Hey,
happen a lot.
I do want to say this. This year, I cannot say this now because obviously the other two guys that usually do this show are nowhere to be found lately. But this year was the first time, and this is good for Pop Culture Pros. First time in the history that the Put in the Book show goes on when the Mets make the playoffs, and now the Giants are in the playoffs. So this is good stuff for Pop Culture Pros. Yankees are in the playoffs every year, so we don't have to worry about that with Empire 161. But
Maybe,
if you guys, whoever's listening out there, if you've got a team that's not been doing well, come on over here, Pop Culture Pros, start a podcast, wait 2-3 years, two of them, and then your team will make the playoffs.
Maybe it's not even the amount of shows. It's just the cast you got assembled this year.
I blame
That
Rodriguez.
could be.
I mean, right now we're looking. Right now we're all three looking good in the picks. I made a nice little comeback.
Yes.
Fuck the Redskins, and I would have been undefeated. Undefeated.
You would have. Yeah, you would have been perfect. 15-0 because and then Ed. So we all the three of us had 3 losses. I think. I'll look it up. But I think we had 3, and Ed picked the Steelers on Sunday night, so he's a leg up.
Yes,
Yeah,
Bunker, you could if you
Yeah,
wanted
Bunker,
to.
you can start a podcast about the Patriots on any other network that you want.
You and Chris Summers get together and just fucking whack each other off to fucking what's his name? What's his name? Bailey?
Bailey Zappi and what's the other guy's name? That
all the cheap shot and Mac Jones.
cheap shot in Mac Jones. That's it.
Trying to break guys' ankles in the fucking bottle. What a piece of shit that guy is.
Hey, he just took that loss last week. He's probably still in his head like, damn, I'm not taking that charge again.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no way. There's no way.
Yeah, but I'm blaming Rodriguez also because he's an auto drafter, and I don't like that. The fact that auto drafter wins. So yeah, I'm blaming Rodriguez. Can't blame Keith because Keith's the only one out of all of us who picked them to have a winning record this year. So I can't blame Keith.
All right. So on the other side, AFC, Patriots and the Jags are still there. The Jags will play the Titans, which is weird. I think the schedule got announced today. Dolphins are still in it. Steelers are still in it.
So wait, you're back to me. You're counting out my Lions already. You're already counting out my Lions.
No, that's AFC.
Huh.
NFC. The final seed is either going to be the Seahawks, the Lions, or the Packers. interesting Sunday it's going to
So-
be. The Giants game is. I just know the Giants game is 4:25 because they had to move it. They had to move the time, I think, to match the 49ers schedule because the 49ers and the Eagles have to be on, I think, at the same time. That so that there's not the 4 hours in between and you can rest guys. But Lions and Packers is that officially the Sunday night game?
I thought
think,
I thought the Jaguars Titans was a Sunday night game.
I'll tell you.
that's Saturday.
Oh, it's
So we got
Saturday.
we got 2 games on Saturday this week. Yeah.
So how about the Seahawks have the better record and their chance of making the playoffs is slim to none?
That happens.
But because the Packers control their own destiny.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
When I saw it, I was like, just because they
of
have
the
I think, more.
tiebreakers.
No, it's because of conference wins.
Yeah, whatever the tiebreaker
Yeah.
scenario that you use.
Which I think it's insane. Like I'm like, really they both could win and the Packers would shoot over them.
Yeah.
Like it's mind-boggling.
It's crazy, it's great. It's crazy that you hear it feels like every year with Rodgers counting him out, and then he goes on this ridiculous thing. And my favorite one was the win against the Dolphins down here, though. Really let the air out of South Florida.
But the Packers is the Sunday night game.
Okay, that makes sense. You're like a winning in. So the 49ers can take that number one. Can't they take that number 1 seed? 49ers are 12-4. Well, I don't know about the tiebreakers.
I think if the Eagles lose, I think so.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Cowboys go third because if the Cowboys could also tie it if they win against.
Yeah, but I don't know
Commanders.
about the. Here's tie-breaking. Well, the tie-breaking scenarios for football is ridiculous.
Yeah,
like
it's
17 pages of shenanigans.
This team wins this one. This one beats this one. If the fucking full moon is out, if Saturn is lined with Pluto, it's insane.
But we'll get that all hashed out for tomorrow. But the Giants can either play the Vikings, which is what we want. We've seen them. We matched up. It seems as though we matched up pretty well against them. Lost by a field goal on every year we lose on a 60+ yard field goal at the last second. But that seems like the likeliest of all scenarios now.
To the Vikings. The Vikings are notorious for having horrible kicking things happen to them.
Right?
They hit every 61 yarder against us.
In the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
which
why.
is key for us. Here we go. That looks like it's it. And then, you see where you go from there. But then you got the Bucks, winner of the Bucks and Cowboys, if you move on there. Maybe this is the year to get that 6th seed because, the two teams that I'm scared of is the 49ers, which I'm the most scared of. They're ridiculous. I do think that they'll come out of the NFC. And then I don't know what it is about the Eagles. I feel that there's some fugaziness in there, but then there's also that like they pound us. Like I don't. Miles Sanders hadn't been playing well, and he goes off for 160 some odd yards on us, 3 touchdowns, which sucked for me for fantasy also. But are you guys in agreement? Vikings at the top of the list, or is there another team?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
No.
I think we can beat them easily. Not easily, but I think we can beat them. I mean,
we match up well with them.
Yes.
If we can contain Justin Jefferson, then I think we're okay.
And you can't contain him. You just got to keep him out of the end zone. Let him get 300 yards. Keep him out of the goddamn end zone.
He was contained last week.
Pissed. He almost hit that referee in the back of the head with the helmet.
I thought he did hit him.
Well, yeah, but but not as hard as he could. He was going hard, and then he realized where he was.
Why shouldn't he be suspended for that? That's like if I'm standing next to a referee.
He should be suspended for week 1 of the playoffs. Calling it now.
Why not?
If
any other player just goes like this randomly, I don't see the ref, but I smack him in the face, they're gonna, oh no, it's okay, it's because he's a superstar. That's why. I guarantee if it was Richie
Minnesota would
James,
explode.
if it was Richie James, I guarantee he wouldn't be playing for the next 2 weeks.
Richie James would have dropped the helmet. He wouldn't have. He would have missed. That guy scares the shit out of me, man.
I did see earlier that Andrew Thomas was named first team All Pro. You can't say much more about him. The guy's been a beast all year. Timmy, like, he's come into his own in a big way this year.
Absolutely. I mean, he's probably the best pick that came out of the previous regime, and yeah, I mean, they said he keeps going the way he's going. We're going to have probably the number one tackle in football in the next couple of years. And as long as Evan Neal keeps progressing, we're going to have two of the best tackles. Like I said, that's why I said next year we fill up those two guard positions, because those guards and that center they're too interchangeable right now, and I don't trust several of them. I won't mention any names, Shane Lemieux. I won't mention any of their names. And we get that. I say we get that line fiction. You get this fucking guy someone to throw to, then we'll really see. Then we'll really see what Jones really is made of.
Yeah, he's done great with really minimal.
He had a fantastic year with shit. So let's see what he can do with people to throw the ball to.
So and Dave, so you got a guy who comes in here from Buffalo. Coach, seems as though he's going to be coach of the year. He's loved, and we've felt this before, right? Joe Judge was loved in the locker room, but this is it feels so different. You can pinpoint, like Timmy mentioned, Evan Neal. You can pinpoint like a turnaround. Like there was a time at the beginning of this year where we were like, Evan Neal, he had a few bad games in a row, and we were kind of down on him. But that coaching staff, I feel they are able to turn things around. The last regime, no matter what you think about Daniel Jones, they did everything in their power to go away from his strengths. Everything in his power. They come in this year. They build a game plan around him. Barkley's back healthy. Like, obviously, it's not just the one guy. I'm not talking about that. But the line. Do you feel that? I mentioned this yesterday, and I'll knock on wood. But can we keep a coach for 10 years? If anything, we did become the Jets there for a little bit, firing coaches after 2, but well deserved. I mean, who wanted to deal with those guys? But do you think that this guy has what it takes? I'm talking about Dayball, has what it takes to lead this team in the New York City area for the next 10 years?
I mean, 10 years I think would be very, very soon. I would say definitely anywhere between 5 and 7, just because, I mean, it is a hard city. We know how hard it is to be able to manage the coach there, especially if you don't produce, especially as a franchise that does produce. I mean, the Jets, it's the Jets. Come on. Yeah. But us, we actually,
they thought they had their quarterback. There were people saying that Wilson was better than Jones, and now, sorry, go ahead.
They're all
Flash Gordon.
They're all hoping Mike
Flash
White.
Gordon, baby.
But I think to your point, I think this regime with Dayball is so much different from that first game where they win for the 2. It's like something before we wouldn't really see, and obviously I criticized them before for not going in on certain situations, but he's shown that he trusts his team most of the times, except for Daniel Jones at times, but who can blame him? But that he trusts them enough, and I feel like that just has bonded them so much. And you know what? I love him. I'm so happy that, especially with all the off-season nonsense that was happening about, they chose him before giving anyone else a chance and all this other stuff. Like, it's just showing that we, as an organization, we made the right choice because he knows how to handle this team, and he's done it amazingly.
Yeah, and I just the last 6 years or so from coaching GM perspective have just been as unstable as you've ever seen the Giants be. So that's what I'm looking for, some more stability. This guy seems to really have his head sewn on right, and knowing that other the other coaches can handle taking their segments. He doesn't have to sit on over them. He doesn't have to get involved in the fumble drills that I was like, oh, Joe Judge is down on the floor with these guys, and they were getting all over him, and it just didn't work out with the fan. And speaking of the fans, the Giants players could not be happier with the way the fans came out on Sunday. They were all hyped up with the fans, and that leads me into Mr. Thibodeaux. Oh man, I love me some Thibodeaux. But I just want to talk about that one play where he hits what's his name and he's doing the snow angel. Obviously, for me, I'm like obviously he at the moment he didn't realize that he was like I'm hurt. And he was hitting somebody, and that's it. But the Giants, his teammates that were standing over didn't say, "Oh, damn, he's hurt. You stop." No, it was they're focused on him and whatever. What do you think of Jeff Saturday coming out and actually saying something about this, Timmy? On the post game, whatever.
Well, I'm going to be perfectly honest. I thought it was a little too much because I don't know how, and it was because
this was on the sideline when he did this. I was like,
no, but but also because when the guy's laying there dying in pain, and he's doing this. And now again, I don't know how long he did it for, but it seemed like an eternity. And even I'm sitting there watching, going, "Get up, get up!" And I'm like, he's getting flagged. He's getting flagged. How did he not get flagged? I
don't think that they realized it. Like we saw the camera over what's his name, the quarterback, like in her like Ben Payne here, Nick Foles. But he didn't know
he was hitting somebody. How do you not look to your right and see who you're hitting? I was like, even as much as I thought it was a phenomenal hit. He went unblocked and totally fucking destroyed. Perfect.
The guy's a beast.
He destroyed Nick Foles. Probably cracked a few ribs. I was enjoying that much part. Again, the snow angel starts, and it's literally like I'm looking at the clock again, going, "How long are they going to let this guy do this for?" Even I was like, "Dude, throw the fucking flag already. This is too much." But then with the sleeping thing on that wasn't good either. I wouldn't be surprised if he was fined for it. But then you flip the coin. What did I send you today? Yeah. Their linebacker, what's his name? Okari, whatever the fuck his name is. Mm-hmm. He hit Daniel Jones while he was sliding. He snuck in with a little elbow with a forearm. Yeah. He snuck in with a forearm, hit Jones, who then hit his head on the ground. No flag. That was perfectly okay. So you know what? As much as I thought the Snow Angel was wrong, bite me, because your linebacker got away with hitting the quarterback on the way down. So Jeff Saturday, I used to like you as a Colts, but you're too skinny now. You're an asshole. So shut up.
He is very skinny.
I'm perfect.
He's way skinny. He's way skinny now.
This is what Love had to say. In his quote, he said he didn't know that he was hurt. That was very obvious that he didn't know. The reaction from the coach is weird. I think that's just him being an old lineman and being very protective of his quarterback. That's what you do. You defend your guys. Same way our guys defended Daniel Jones when he got hit while attempting to slide. We don't pay attention to it. I'm sure Kayvon pays zero attention to it. So yeah, that's a weird comment to make. That was his reaction to Saturday. So he said exactly what you said, but nobody's saying anything about that hit. Oh, good. But from a football side,
because it wasn't called,
right? Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? So it didn't matter. It didn't happen because it wasn't called. But guess what? It did happen, and right. the guy did it on purpose. He snuck in that little forearm, and then Jones hit his head on the ground. If he would have knocked him out for the game and put him in concussion protocol, we would have been rioting. We would have been, or the team would have been rioting that day. They would have been celebrating.
But aside from that, Dave, what have you seen out of Thibodeaux? I mean, just for me, it's greatness. What
I don't know. He's a beast.
What do you like about it? I mean, damn.
I absolutely love him, man. It's just I feel like everything kind of came together. Like the pieces started fitting together from one game to the next, And honestly, my favorite addition, and it goes back to like the organization, was a couple weeks ago, bringing back Landon Collins. The fact that when we let him go originally, I was like, man, this guy's great. Like, I hated that. And he went to the damn Commanders, and I was like, fuck, that sucked. But then to bring him back and then the impact he made last week, I'm like, oh, see, bro, this guy's special. He's great. I think so. And I think he fits well on our team. He did back then. I think he does now with this organization. So
And he even said, I didn't want to leave. It was that previous regime. They wanted him out. He didn't want to play for them. He did not like them. He didn't name names, but we all know who the fuck he's talking about. So it doesn't matter. So yeah, you know what? I'm glad he's back too, because the guy can still play.
Yep.
Yeah, and he's playing a different role, obviously from whatever it was 5 years ago. But like that you touched on something there, Dave. I was listening to some of the interviews afterwards. Dexter Lawrence said there is not one selfish player on the team. And that goes a long way. Nobody cares who's doing what. I mean, Saquon Barkley is a beast and a star, but he doesn't care if, as long as the team's winning. Like at this point in his career, like the first couple of years, yeah, let me show what I can do in the NFL. But like losing takes a big toll on you, and now to find and for the NFL is going to have Saquon Barkley, right, and injuries, right. So there's all these question marks. Are you injury prone? Are you fragile? Are you, what can you do now? And this is a plus for the NFL. Like I was about to say, now you have one of your best running backs in the league in the playoffs. You haven't had Saquon Barkley in the playoffs now. So that's another, marketing thing for them. But that's like to a man, like they tried to get Daniel Jones to say, oh, what a relief it is to be cheered. No, they said, oh, when you came off and the crowd gave you that ovation, what was it like? He was like, it's great that the team's playing well, and he doesn't make it about himself. Not that he's played to say like I'm a diva, but he's played well these last few weeks, and
Well, let's just see how the negotiations go. Then maybe you might have to rephrase that comment, Steve.
For the time being.
I will.
Let me backtrack that a little.
But
how probably gonna sit on that chair and be like, "So guys,
yeah,
so what I just did out there, right?"
but how exciting is it too? Because like I said, for the last couple of years, it's like, well, the best guy on defense is, and you name the one guy. Now you're like, Thibodeaux is coming up. Dexter Lawrence has finally blossomed after how many years? Leonard Williams, when he's there, he's there. He can be a beast in the middle when he's there. We got McKinney, who's awesome. Collins is back. He's great. If Adoree Jackson get back on the field, he's fucking great too. Yes. All the pieces are there. If we're going for defense next year, we need a linebacker. We need a mean, vicious middle linebacker who wants to destroy people. That makes a defense. And then again, you need two guards and a couple wide receivers.
Imagine if we still had Adoree Jackson and he wasn't an idiot.
Why is he an idiot?
Getting hurt.
Oh, that was McKinney.
McKinney.
Well, and McKinney came back.
McKinney's back, and he's playing. Yeah, and he's playing.
And he played well. I mean,
he's going this week too. But Dory's the one. Yeah, if he was on the field too, it's like, wow, we actually have. You can name 5 guys on the defense who were fucking great. We haven't had a chance to do it the last couple of years.
I hadn't thought about that. That's a really good point. Because you can name your one. We were excited about Leonard Williams. We were excited about after.
We got Blake Martinez. We got Blake Martinez.
A tackling machine, and then he got hurt.
Yep. And then it's like, who's next? I don't know who's next, but we have that one guy.
That's a solid point.
Dexter Lawrence has finally emerged. Yes, he's finally emerged as that guy.
And he's a great dude,
I'm not going to lie. In Madden, I trade his ass because he was useless. Now it's like he's finally actually showing up to the game. Now you package him with Thibodeaux instead of Leonard Williams. Leonard Williams to me likes to take a couple plays off here and there.
Yeah,
but he still plays good. He can still stop the run really well. I said now if we need those middle linebackers set with McKinney, Collins, whoever else back there, our defense is going to be good for the next couple of years. Then we got to work on that goddamn offense. Get the guy someone to throw. Which, by the way, I think is hysterical that this week is get Kenny a touchdown day. You heard about that?
I forgot about Kenny.
Today
he was trending.
Today is get Kenny Golladay a touchdown day, so he has the same amount of touchdowns as our left tackle.
Here's I was on Twitter earlier, and Kenny Golladay is trending. I'm like, what the hell is Kenny Golladay? And it wasn't even for that. That he began trending after that for that reason. There's an account called it's at U Stadium, New Sports Media, blah blah blah. So they tweeted something out, and they've got 44,000 followers. So they tweeted out a bar graph, paycheck, production, and just saying, who is this? thousands and thousands. Kenny Galladay. I would say Kenny Galladay. It's all Kenny Galladay. That's why he was trending. I was like,
Was it Kenny
damn.
Was it Kenny Galladay?
I don't know who. I don't know if they finally said who it would be, but
I mean, I would put that as a parlay with something else. That is Kenny Galladay.
I think
I might even bet. I might bet this week. Galladay gets a touchdown this week.
He's gonna get a touchdown, right? But just put him in a running back. Let him jump over the pile at the 1 yard line. Here's the you take Isaiah Hodgins' production since week 13. This is what his pace would be for the season. 89 catches over the year, 884 yards, 13 touchdowns. Like that's a bit much, but the pace for the yards and stuff. So they're saying the only Giants wide receivers under contract 2023 are Kenny Galladay. This is year 2. Next year's year 3. Holy crap! Mm-hmm. 4 years. What are you doing?
We have to cut him.
Wendell Robinson, Colin Johnson, and Hodgins. Who's a free agent?
I don't know. I'll sign anyone and everyone at wide receiver.
Here we go. All right. Well, Sterling Shepard is one. Just I'll throw a bunch of names out there. Nelson Aguilar.
No.
Sterling Shepard. DJ Chark.
DJ Chark. DJ Chark.
Byron Pringle.
There's a guy named Iron Pringle. Did you say Iron Pringle?
Byron.
I thought you said Iron Pringle. I'm like, who is that?
Too. I was like, wait.
Listen,
I'm like, who is this guy?
I know Byron Pringle because I'm a gambling guy. But when
why
I play
are you gambling on a guy whose last name is Pringle?
No, listen. When you play when you play like the DraftKings against each other, and you got you have a budget, so you gotta get one of those guys who will get you some points for like minimal dollar amount. He was that guy 2 years ago on the Chiefs. He would always catch like 4 balls in the fourth quarter of their blowouts, and you would get him for real cheap. Then he went to Chicago, and now he's exposed as not having a good quarterback. Here's the name: Juju Smith-Schuster.
Pricey, but possible. How old is he?
That's the name. He's only 26.
I like Juju.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be.
I thought he's older too.
It's gonna be pricey.
You got guys like AJ Green's 34, Jarvis Landry is 30.
Nope. No more 30.
If you believe in Mac Hollins from the Raiders, Sammy Watkins. There's not a lot, guys. McCole Hardman, fast as shit. Paris Campbell.
I said we go all in for Juju.
Yeah,
I say we go Juju, baby. Richie James. Yeah.
You keep him off the punting team. Keep him off the punting team. It'd be all right.
Whatever he's used in these last 2 weeks.
I think if he caught all the balls he dropped, though, I think Daniel Jones's QBR would probably be 30 points higher.
Yeah, man. He dropped them like boom.
Yeah.
They were here too. I like Jacoby, like unproven guys like Jacoby Myers, but he's never had a good quarterback. Julio Jones.
I like Myers.
I like Myers too. Did you see where he snatched that touchdown down? I don't know if you saw that on the game on Sunday. He actually a good decision by Mac Jones, and this guy leapt up in the air and grabbed that touchdown down. Marvin Jones, Randall Cobb. Yeah. All right. So we'll
he
see.
Still playing?
Juju, baby. We're all
Randall
in for
Cobb?
Juju.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind Juju or Myers, and then maybe. Do we want to give Sterling Shepard one more year to stay healthy?
No, I don't. He can't stay on the field.
Harder head. I like the man.
He can't stay on the field.
What if you bring him on for what he gets a prove it contract? Like $5 million.
If we bring in
$5 million
Juju,
too much.
If we bring in Juju,
I know. Stupid cap.
We bring in Juju, and then we have your Richie James, your Isaiah Hodgins. Then he's not gonna be a number 1 or a number 2. He's your number 3 guy where maybe he can stay healthy. He's just not the number 1.
Yeah,
and that's who we've had.
We need a legit number one. A legit number one receiver. A guy who's going to draw
Juju has
attention
shown it.
off the
Juju
other
is
receivers. Because who do we have right now? No one's
get him, bring
drawing.
him. Juju and Beckham's not on this list. I don't know why.
I guess because he doesn't become a free agent next year because he's already one.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, I just put 2020.
Yeah, what happened to him? What magic team did he? Was he waiting for the Super Bowl to sign?
Well, no, he. I think they changed. He changed because the team, like the Cowboys, weren't comfortable with him until the playoffs. So I think his camp decided, all right, let's shut it down from a signing perspective, and then he'll probably do like a workout for teams and whatnot, because that was the big thing. They wanted to know if he was really healthy or not. So they I think they did the right thing though. His camp.
Ty. Oh, you mean?
Well, yeah, Ty with that stupid 3rd and 30 catch that doesn't make any sense. All right, but so I don't know that we want to really pick this. Last I saw the spread on this game was 14. Eagles favored by 14 because they're projecting that the Giants won't play any of their guys. So it was that's where the line.
If this was Tom Coughlin, everybody be playing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now I didn't say it before, but I honestly, I would go for the win. I would go to fucking screw Philadelphia as much as possible. But let's say at halftime you're down 14-21, then you pull your guys and say, no, we're not going to bother. Yeah, we're not going to bother. But to go do it after they screwed us, I would definitely go after beating them and hurting them. But
it's not the same coach.
Not illegally. Not illegally. I just mean, really putting a beating on their asses.
Yeah, Eric.
That don't matter. Team to team. You hate them. You hate them.
Oh,
you blame the team. I still blame what's his name for everything that happens today. What's his name? Who do I hate more than anybody in the world?
I hate Deshaun Jackson.
Yes, Deshaun Jackson. I blame him for everything. Everything. I blame Deshaun Jackson, and I'll never forgive the Eagles for Deshaun Jackson. So I don't care how many years go by. I'll be on my deathbed. I'll be cursing Deshaun Jackson.
Oh man! All right. So I think we're all done here. Let's do a little round robin and we'll be getting ready for tomorrow night right about the same time for unsportsmanlike conduct, and we'll get a little bit deeper dive into all what's going on with the NFL, LeBron, all that stuff. Oh, what's that thing with LeBron? I can't even find it. What's that deal with LeBron? The videos that are being made on TikTok and some beat that he was rapping about Old Navy. Can somebody tell me about this? This has been going on. Nobody. What? And every time I'm like a crazy person because there's been videos like on YouTube and stuff where somebody's about to do something the way it's supposed to be done, then they screw up. So did like LeBron screw up the lyrics? They're like, oh, but then he remembered LeBron's lyric and fell down the stairs or something.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I mean, LeBron's known for like not knowing the words to songs.
Okay.
So is there something to that?
It was something Old Navy.
Why is LeBron singing? Like, why is this a thing? He shouldn't be singing.
Because LeBron could do it all. That is why.
Listen, he is no Shaquille O'Neal in What's Up, Doc. I'm sorry, he's not. I don't want to hear it. Greatest basketball rapper of all time, Shaquille O'Neal.
He also remember he's asking Kobe how his ass tastes.
I want to. If we have time tomorrow, I want to talk. Did you watch the Shaq documentary?
Not yet. Is it a documentary or is it?
It's
like
a 4-part
episodes?
documentary. It's a 4-part. Like his early years, his middle. It was really good. And really, he kind of got really screwed over by all his point guards. Like when you think about it, like he explains it better than I can, but yeah. I mean it was really good because Penny and Kobe, Kobe really shit on him. I was shocked.
D-Wade didn't shit on him.
There was no, didn't shit on him.
They like actually shit on him. I just mean
a different type of documentary.
he screwed him over with LA management and stuff like that, but. Same way Penny Hardaway did. It's like, wow, really? I didn't know any of that stuff. I recommend watching it though. It's really good.
What's it on?
Yeah, it's on HBO Max, right?
HBO Max.
Yeah.
4 parts.
All these damn like lists upon
I was gonna
lists
say, if
upon
there was
lists.
is there a place that we can look at? What comes out for the month?
Yeah, it's right there on Pop Culture Pros, baby. Look at you. Look at you. I'm a little late on the HBO Max, but yeah. Any other
Oh,
Netflix? I'll look at
this is
them.
old anyway. It's old anyway.
That's from last month when I didn't do any of them.
Yeah.
And listen, I'm so OCD. I told my wife the other day, I was like, man, I didn't do any of them because stuff goes on, and you're like, let me sit down, and then something else pops up.
It's a holiday.
At holidays.
And you went to Chicago.
Yeah, she was like, just skip it for the month. I was like, I think in the middle of January, I'm gonna type them up just so that they're there because I can't see the November, January. Ugh. All right, that's just my OCD. But that'll wrap it up for us today. Let's do a little round robin here. Timmy, what you got for the group out there?
I'm glad we're back with We Stomped You Out. I know we had to take some time. We couldn't find no time for this.
Oh my god!
No, but we're back. Hopefully we're going to enjoy a little playoff run. I'm not going to get overconfident, obviously, because I haven't been overconfident all year. Why start now? But yeah, I'm super happy. I do like the way the team's going. It's about goddamn time we have something. No more Groundhog Day on this show.
That's right.
We
Maybe
officially,
it was the other two,
we officially murdered the groundhog. So I am very happy about that. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, we really could have replayed every episode just on top of each other.
Nobody would have known. Nobody would have known any difference.
No, I just Photoshop different shirts.
Yeah.
You're good.
Switch up the who's in what picture.
Yeah, that's all you had to do. Great show tonight. What the hell are you talking about? Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot. Same show.
Oh man!
It's like,
All right,
how'd you have just a goatee last night, but you got a full beard today? Just
I
the
don't
magic.
know.
It's the magic of the internet.
It was the angle. Dave, what you got?
Oh, like Timmy said, I'm happy to be in the playoffs. Going back to something you said before, I'm actually not afraid of the Niners in the playoffs. Because that team kind of reminds me of another team that, another Giants team beat, and that was with Alex Smith at quarterback, and I wasn't really afraid of that team because if we can stop them from those third downs, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
So I'm not too afraid of Purdy.
Dave, we're gonna have to come up with a bet for you.
What?
Let's say the Giants go on a miracle run. Miracle run. You will purchase a Daniel Jones jersey and apologize on this show to Daniel Jones.
That's how we'll start the show off?
Yep.
Yes.
Steve won't even say anything, and then it's just me
not a word
coming up.
It's not even the countdown. It's going to be like a slow dim up. You're going to do your thing, then we're going to hit the countdown.
I'll take that deal. Because you know what? For a Giants Super Bowl win, I will absolutely.
You can even get the Duke jersey if you want to get. If you don't want to wear, the 8, you get the Duke jersey, you get whatever, home or away, it don't matter.
An 86 version, whatever.
That's I got like the one that the boss is wearing with the number 8.
Color rush. You want to get a color rush? There you go.
Just won't fit in my double numbers, but whatever.
Oh, it's only double numbers.
Yeah, it's 10, 13, and 17.
All right,
the greats.
The plaques.
I got 89 and 56, so I'm good.
Do you remember? Flashback to 2007. Manning is in this state of, is he gonna be great? Is what's gonna happen with him? He's in flux. So many turnovers, all this stuff, and then he goes to the playoffs and he does not throw a turnover. Does not turn the ball over until the Super Bowl, and that was not his fault. Went through, I forgot whose arm. Give me half of that. Listen, everything is gravy now, right?
He didn't have a Saquon, so.
And it's lining up. I mean, again,
he had his receivers though.
No, I know, but I'm saying Jones has a Saquon, which can actually help him out a lot more.
Agreed.
Eli had a Shockey and a Plaxico and a Amani Toomer and a, But hey, no, but I mean, if you knock off that first team, anything can happen. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
Because in 2007, I knew they were going to beat Tampa Bay in that. I knew it. I was like, we're going to wipe the floor with them. But did I think they were going to go into Dallas and win? No. Did I think they were going to go into Green Bay and win? No.
Shitting ourselves
the entire game.
Did I think they were going to win the Super Bowl? No. And that was that.
There
You know, I
was
was
no
like,
yeah.
at least we beat Dallas, and Dallas is crying. So I don't care if we don't beat the Patriots. But then it's like, holy shit.
You
What I
can't
loved
beat Brett
about
Favre in
no.
Lambeau.
Yeah.
What I loved about that year was that all those teams we beat, we lost to in the regular season. So it was like just like one after another, which could happen this year.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Imagine
Just
beating the
domino fighting.
Vikings and the Eagles and Dallas all in a row somehow.
Oh
If that
my
was
God.
if that was physically possible.
Give him 40 million. Give Saquon 40, give Daniel Jones
Build the
40.
statue now.
I don't give-
Dave's getting a
That
number
would-
eight
like, that would be-
number 8 tattoo if that happens.
All those.
Watch watch Daniel Jones be the greatest quarterback in the history of the Giants, and Dave will go down.
If they beat the Vikings, the Eagles, the Cowboys, and then beat like the Chiefs or something, I'll get a number 8 right here, number 8
That would be the
with a
like,
dime.
if you I wonder like if the Giants, if you go through that kind of scenario, I wonder if that would be, I'm thinking as a better, I wonder if that would be the most points against a team as far as betting, as far as the lines. Like they were going to the Minnesota game, maybe 4-point underdogs. They were going to an Eagles game, touchdown underdog. Same with the 49ers. Same with Dallas. So it would be like the Giants have been underdogs for like 45 points, and they just won the Super Bowl. Oh, and then a Chiefs Bills, forget about it. 13.5 points.
Oh man, imagine
Biggest,
that Bills
biggest-
Giants.
I'd have to move
Not
out.
in that house. All right.
Let's
So
say,
that'll.
let's go live to Tim in the alleyway celebrating this win. Hey!
Tim is back in deposit with Eric live.
Oh man. And then as far as popculturepros.com is concerned, there's a couple of contests up there now. We're getting past the holidays, so back on to getting these shows going. Granny's was on last night. They did Superman Returns. Did Ed
night.
make it?
Monday night.
Yeah. Oh, today's
Just
Wednesday.
the Sweet
Yes.
was last night.
Just as sweet was. I'm so confused with my days. Monday, I had no idea it was Monday at all day. No clue. Yeah, so we just gave away. Actually, everybody's in the screening right now for Megan, the creepy doll movie, and it's
Creepy.
super creepy doll.
The dancing freaks me out. Freaks me out.
But this is the time of year for those less than stellar. Although Megan, I think, is going to come away with positive things because we gave away to every city that we have, and usually when that's the case, it's good. They want the word of mouth out there. But
Except New York.
Except for
Not
New York.
this
Not this city. And then we got something up for Plain. We put that up yesterday for Florida. We did it for Boston. And I think we've got a couple out. Dave and whoever else is down here in the Miami area. I got I think from one of the studios about an interview possibility, but we'll see.
In
Miami,
Ventura?
wait, Miami though.
Or Adventura, Miami.
Somewhere in Dade County, Dave.
Well, if I can't make it, and whoever does, your boys got you on the editing.
There you go. Yes. Nardo, maybe. Nardo. Oh, by the way, happy birthday, 45th for Nardo.
Happy birthday, Nardo. Nardo's 45?
Happy birthday, no, I don't know.
I was like, what? I was like, damn, she looks good for 45.
That's why I said it like that. The 45 looks good on you.
You got me. I was like, what?
All right. So that will officially do it. Appreciate everybody for watching. And, this Sunday, it doesn't necessarily matter. But if we can do it, if we can beat him, and if we can just knock him off that little perch, I would like that. I would like it a lot. But we'll be back here next week as we look forward to our playoff game. Wow. Sorry, let me say that one more time. We'll be back here next week as we preview our playoff game against either the Vikings or the 49ers or maybe the Eagles. I don't even know what the hell's gonna happen. All right, peace out, everybody.